So right in this video, I am putting on an high waist bandless trouser. Actually, this is my first time of making a bandless trouser. When I was drafting this trouser, I was actually drafting it as a normal trouser that I'm going to insert or impute 1 inch band, but I just said to give this bandless thing a trial. So this video is basically to show how to achieve the bandless effect. So if you like to know how to make to draft, cut or sew this trouser, I have a couple of videos that will show you how to go about that. So if you like to see how I achieved this, go ahead and continue watching the video. So right here is the trouser. I added that, as you can see, to that in the front piece, to that at the back piece. So the next thing to do right here, because I've closed up every part, I've sewn every part except for this side, because I wanted the zipper to be on the side. You kindly note that you can still achieve this bandless effect with a front zipper or a back zipper. It doesn't matter, but I just want the zipper to be at the side, and I wanted it to be at the left side. So following this trouser, while closing it up, I left about 7 to 8 inches by the left side. Yes, that is where I'll be inserting the zipper. So I'm trying to turn the trouser inside out so that we have it on the right side. So for this trouser, I'll be working with an invisible zipper. You can decide to do the regular zipper, but I just wanted something that would really sink in well with this trouser. So here's the right part. There's a right part of the zipper and the wrong side of the zipper. So the right side, place the right side facing the right side of the trouser that you have like this, and go ahead and pull the zipper down. Yes, make sure that the teeth is above where you want to start sewing. So once you've gotten that, start pinning it, following the seam allowance that you left for the zipper allowance. Just as I am doing, it is good for you to pin down, so this helps the zipper to stay in place while you take it to the sewing machine to stitch it down. So once I'm done with this edge, you make sure that when you're sewing very close to the teeth of this zipper. It is best that you use a footer, this invisible zip footer. There's a footer for this zipper, but I actually did not make use of I used the regular machine footer, and I was able to sew it well. So it really doesn't matter, it's just that if you have it, no problem. So working on the other part of the zipper, just make sure that the mid part of the zipper and the mid part of the trouser, that's the seam, aligns, and from there you can start aligning this other part of the zipper, following the same allowance, or the zipper allowance rather, that you have. So at this point you can also start sewing just as you did for the first part, just as I'm illustrating here, just to make sure that you start sewing the other side very close to the teeth of the zipper on this edge till you get to the end. I will take this to my sewing table and bring it back to show us what we have. So right here, this is what it looks like after I was done. So one thing you need to take away from this is that it is possible to achieve this this neat zipper sewing using the normal machine footer. Hope you understand that. So now this is what we have. So you can see how closely knitted it is. That's the essence of an invisible zipper, almost like you do not have a zipper at that area. So now you can see that you have the front curve that we usually have for the front side of the trouser. So the next thing to do is to bring in what I'll be using for the band. So I have 3 inches in width and I have about 29 inches in length. I'll go ahead and open the zipper up, then align the band to the trouser right side facing right side, and I'll go ahead to start pinning down right from one end of the zipper area. So for the length that I use for the band, make sure that whatever you're using, it is your waist measurement plus 1 inch, at least 1 inch. So that's what I did there. And then for the color of the zip, I'm so sorry, I couldn't get any color to fit in right into the color of this fabric, so I had to just make do with the black zipper. Okay, now we can go ahead to run half of an inch stitch from one end to the other. Then we also go ahead and close up this side. Make sure that you're sewing on the zipper and the fabric together, just as I'll be illustrating with the chalk here, right here. But before you do that, make sure that you hem this part so that the rough edges are not visible when we turn it to the other side. So go ahead and hem that part before sewing on both sides. So this is the essence of hemming that part down, so that it looks neat and you don't have rough edges showing on this side. You can as well see that I went ahead to run a top stitch on it so that it would fall, this band will fall easily to the wrong side. I didn't eventually turn the edge. That's where we have this zipper right here inside out, because I'll still go ahead and overlock all these rough edges, so I felt there was no need to do that. I hope that this video, as short as it is actually helpful to you. So the final thing to do right here is to hem this part down. Yes, but before we do that, we need to give this trouser at this edge a very good press. So that's why I'm pinning down, so that I'll take to the ironing table and iron this part down. So when I'm done ironing down, I'll also go ahead to use hemming gum to hem the edge down. That's to close up the band so that the band will not keep coming out when I'm wearing this trouser. As you can see, I've already gone ahead to use hemming gum to hold down this band area. And now we've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope that you did find it useful. Give it a thumbs up by clicking on the like button if you did, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.